Chargers drop a big one against the Baltimore Ravens on Monday Night Football as Jim Harbaugh now is 0-3 against his brother John Harbaugh. We're going to be here to talk about it here on Charger Syndicate. What's going on, LA Charger fans? It is I, Jake Silva from Charger Syndicate, giving you everything Chargers news and more. If it is your first time here about the channel, I encourage you guys to like, subscribe, hit the bell button, keep you up to date on future and past videos. Also, too, if you guys want to check out some of these customized helmets, whether it's regular size or it's customizable collectible helmets, definitely give Green Gridiron a check out here, guys. They have tons of different customizable helmets of your choices, of your kind of customization, however you want it. At greengridiron.com. Remember at checkout, use promo code LACSYN. That's LACSYN. For the promo code to save you a discount on your purchase at checkout. So definitely check out Green Gridiron for customizable helmets and use promo code LACSYN at checkout. Also see me Tuesday nights on the Roundtable Sports Network as well from 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, as we chop it up. AFC West Roundtable. That's where you guys could also find me for more on Roundtable Sports. Well, Charger fans, this was an unfortunate game for the Chargers, and one they would have loved to have come away with a win, but unfortunately it didn't go their way. The Chargers had to get a bit of a reality check on Monday Night Football at home against the Baltimore Ravens. The Chargers now are 0-2 on Monday Night Football this season, and as they go into 7-4, still staying second in the AFC West. The Chargers do have a bunch of things that they needed to clean up. But the other thing is that this Chargers team gave you a few pointers as far as where they head into for this season and what they should be looking forward to in the next season. So to breaking down this game, Ravens beat the Chargers 30-23. Lamar Jackson and company. Lamar didn't really have much of passing yards as he was 16-22 for 177 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions with a rating of 126. While Derrick Henry, though, by the way, unstoppable with 24 carries, 140 yards on the ground. The Baltimore Ravens were just nailing the ground and pound game as they got 212 yards total on the ground against the Chargers' rush defense. The Chargers just were not able to contain Derrick Henry whatsoever. They were making 7.1 yards a play. Once they started stepping on the gas, it was too much for the Chargers. The Ravens started to get physical. Another AFC North team that just plays a lot of physical ball, and that's where the Chargers really had gotten tested on it. Justin Herbert, though, by the way, 21 of 36, 218 passing yards, but no touchdowns and no picks with a rating of 75. So Justin Herbert was not able to get a passing touchdown, finding the end zone that easily. So the Baltimore Ravens, their defense ended up shutting them down from that category there. And J.K. Dobbins up on the ground, 6 carries, 40 yards with no rushing touchdown. Before he ended up exiting the game with a pretty apparent knee injury. Not sure what the severity of the injury will be like moving forward, but hopefully prayers up to J.K. Dobbins that it may not be something serious. Plus, Justin Herbert, though, by the way, when the game started up, had 4 carries, 29 yards, and had a rushing touchdown of his own. And Gus Edwards with 9 carries, 11 yards, and a rushing touchdown. So most of the scores ended up coming from the ground instead of up and in the air. The Chargers also were just, they were tested up front on the defensive side, not to mention by the time that the Chargers tried to box up both Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, it also left up open a bit of those screen plays for guys like Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, and for Rashad Bateman to take advantage of. Zay Flowers with 5 carries, 62 receiving yards, and also Mark Andrews with 5 catches, 44 yards, and a receiving touchdown. Rashad Bateman also with 2 carries, 2 catches, 43 receiving yards, and a receiving touchdown as well, including the one right on the corner to where he was able to keep the ball in his hands against Christian Fulton on the corner of the end zone. So this is something that the Chargers, they knew was going to be a tough matchup. Monday Night Football, the team is now 0-2 when they're playing Monday nights. The team as a whole was just unable to get anything going up on offense. It was unable to stop a very tough Baltimore offense on the defensive side. As their total yards, Baltimore with 389 total yards, Chargers with 285, and yards per play, they yards per play 6.5 over 4.8. Now, of course, both sides, one had 2 more penalties over the other. The Ravens with 9 penalties for 102 yards. Chargers with 7 penalties for 62. Not terrible, but something that they need to clean up. The majority of this game is that the Chargers, they were battling for time of possession, but at the same time, there were many things that were going wrong. Costly penalties on the offensive line was also one of the big things. The defense not able to contain and box up Derrick Henry, which that's always a big challenge against any other defense in the NFL. But the other thing is Quentin Johnston had 3 costly drops that could have resulted in this game going into overtime if that was the case. But unfortunately, Quentin Johnston was too much into his own head, and that's where the Chargers, they didn't take advantage of those opportunities like they should have to get them in position to where they could come back in this game. The Chargers initially, with what this means is that there's talent there. And especially for a rebuilding year that Jim Harbaugh has put together, with the team is 7-4, second in the AFC West. It's capable of getting to the playoffs. It's capable of potentially winning a playoff game. But the problem is that they're not contenders. The roster itself is not completely built. This is where the Chargers come the offseason really need to start focusing on a couple of key positions. One of those being the wide receiving position. The other would be the interior defensive line, and also a couple of other pieces as well. If they really want to be in Super Bowl contention, that's where the Chargers really have to work that in the next offseason. But you saw a glimpse of that on Monday night, where the Chargers, they have talent, they have some guys, but it's not enough to really get them over the top to beat teams like Baltimore, like Kansas City, like Buffalo, and some of those other tough teams as well, even in the NFC. Chargers, they get a reality check, but this kind of gives you a preview of what the next offseason really needs to look like for there. With the cap space starting to go up, draft picks as well is what the Chargers really need to ace, and they really need to take advantage of come the next offseason. Appreciate everybody for checking out this video. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Show off your high voltage in the comments as well. Like, subscribe, hit the bell button, keep you up to date on future and past videos. Jake Silva here signing off, and we'll see you guys on the next video here on Chargers Syndicate. Take care, you guys.